Hello, my angels, all over the interweb. How are we? I hope you're well. Liverpool's news and updates and form hasn't really had to be discussed based on the premises. We haven't had a game since the weekend. And so we're not playing 3 games a week no more. At least, I don't think so. We've got Tottenham next. And really, the rest of it's just rumour mill type stuff. So Klopp's been linked to Dortmund. Van Dijk's been linked to Dortmund. Joe Gomez has been... apparently he's came out and said that he's all right with the idea of going as long as the right offer comes on the table. But then you've got to consider the fact that the right offer's got to come on the table. So he's basically said, I'm not going to force a move, but I'm open to the idea of getting first team football elsewhere. And I'll touch on that because I think that's interesting. And really, this video is just about what big names are going to go in the summer, if any big names go at all. I seem to be getting this question a lot about, oh, James, what's going to happen with Liverpool players and what's going to happen with the big guns, the Salahs, the Virgils, and are they going to leave with Jurgen Klopp? And the question that I can only answer that with is, well, I can't say with 100% certainty, but I'd say it's unlikely that any of them go. So we know that Salah's most likely going to stay. Nothing's been verbally addressed on Virgil's point of view, but I'd probably presume he's going to stay as well. And then you've got to consider everyone else coming along and you know, you consider the other big players, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alisson Becker. I think the reason why they're not really getting talked about is because of their age, really. Whereas Virgil and Salah's on the north end of 32. So, well, actually, I don't know if it's both 32, but they're on the north of 30. Alisson, he probably is 30 or so, but he's also a goalkeeper, so that's fairly young. Trent Alexander-Arnold in the final 18 months of his contract, or I believe it expires in 2025, so he's approaching his final season with that, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, might need to fact check it, but either way, not long left on his deal. And I'd say they're probably the players you should probably be more open of, you know, the Trent Alexander-Arnolds, the Andrew Robertsons, but based on Virgil and Salah, I think their position's pretty much secure. You'd think Trent would be the same as well. I couldn't see a world where Trent leaves this football club, plain and simple. I'd be dead surprised. It'd just be a very, very shocking thing. It'd be like, it'd be like if Gerrard did go to Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? Maybe not as bad because the move could be to Real Madrid or somewhere like that. But overall, I do think I just got an email there with anything important. Do you know, like when you just see like your phone come up with a notification and you do it like that because the phone is sideways. So they're the players who, you know, of anything, based on next season, I'd say is more likely. But then I don't think any of them are going to go. I don't think Slot is looking to come in and dramatically change the football club. And I can't see where we're going to see significant value for any of the players other than Salah. So I think the players that we do sell, because you've got to sell someone, you know, I am a believer of, you know, season by season, you've got to sell some players. I'd be curious to see what happens with Fabio Carvalho. I'd be curious to see what happens with Tyler Morton. And I'm wondering if we're going to get the majority of our transfer funds this summer off young players. So the players who have been out on loan or players coming through the academy. Maybe even the ones who've made an impact for us. Kelleher, he's another player to a question. You know, I think these are the players who are more likely to leave the football club. But I think the most senior player who will go probably is Joe Gomez. A fee that I am looking at Joe Gomez for is a 30 to 40 million region, potentially even 20 to 30 million based on his injury record. But based on his performances this season, you could say it's more than that. I know a lot of people will be upset with the idea of Joe Gomez leaving the football club, but in my eyes, I do think that it's better for Liverpool out there than Joe Gomez. It's not to dispute the season that he had next to Virgil when we won the league, or to dispute what he's done this season playing left back, right back, centre back. But all it is a Joe Gomez injury or a Joe Gomez mistake away before people start saying, well, he's not good enough for Liverpool Football Club. Joe Gomez is 26. Joe Gomez is a fine centre-half. And believe me, I'm more than happy if he stays. But I think for him, it's best if he goes. I think for the club, it's best we get some funds for somebody. And he's probably one of our most valuable assets that we'd be willing to sell. And I also think there's better out there. So overall, I just don't see that being a detrimental move if it does happen. And I think a great club for him could be, you know, the likes of West Ham and, you know, sort of teams in London along those lines. I don't know if Fulham would come in for him, but, you know, there'd be a few teams there. I don't see anyone in the top 6 going for Joe Gomez. But outside that top 6, I think there's some stiff competition for the signature if people wanted him, especially because he's so versatile. played left back, right back, centre back, CDM. He's played everywhere and done a good job for us this season. And without him, we wouldn't even be where we are. So Gomez has been vital. It's a shame if he does go, but at the same time, I can see a world why that would happen. So that's probably the main part of the transfer stuff of where we're up to. Virgil van Dijk to Dortmund and Bayern Munich, I think that's just all hyperbolics. I don't see a world where Virgil van Dijk leaves. I don't know what club would be able to tempt Virgil van Dijk away from Liverpool, besides, Real Madrid or someone like that. And even then, does he want to fulfil the captaincy era, or is he all right just being the captain for one season? It depends how Virgil van Dijk looks at it. He could also think, well, I've only won one Prem, one Champions League. I might have won one of every trophy at this football club, 2 League Cups, but at the end of the day, I want to go and win some more. I want to win some more Champions Leagues. And with a new manager, I don't think we're going to do that here. So that could be a conclusion for Virgil. And he's just looking to see the season out the way. What I'll ask you is, who would you sell this summer? I'd be open to the idea of Gomez going. I'd still strongly consider 150 million for Salah. And it's not because of the spout with Klopp or, whether or not I think he's good enough. I just think for an asset like that, put it this way, no other team in Europe is paying 150 million for Salah Hardy. They're not. And I'd have took 150 million for Mane. I would have. 150 million for Mane. Of course. And it's not because I don't love Mane. It's all Mane. Love him more than you. But Mane is a man who should probably go for 40 million. And he did. And now he's in Saudi Arabia getting some nice cushy wages. And that's exactly what would happen with Salah. Go and make some bread. Have a belter. Go and enjoy. Go and get even more of a tan and a six-pack than what you're already doing. Live your life, essentially. I'm just telling you guys, we can't just always hope these players stay. You know what I mean? But Salah can still do a job for us, so I'm not pushing for him to go. I'm just saying, 150 million for Salah. It's not a hateful thing to say yes to that. Do you know what I mean? 150 million is 150 million, and we need, we're getting a new manager, we need to rebuild the team. That's one that I'd consider, but it'd have to be 150. Possibly 120. 100's a bit low, not going to lie. Not that desperate. Plus, he's got a year left on his deal. So unless we're looking to extend that contract, it's probably not really that wise to just keep him and let him go for a free agent. You know what I mean? Saudis really want Mo Salah. It doesn't matter what form he's in. So either a contract extension or you sell him now. You don't let his contract run out, you bastards. I also think the recent news with Salah could be a PR move. The way he's staying at the club, this, that and the other. If that's the image that's being portrayed, because it hasn't came from Salah or his agent or anything like that. It's more came from the club. Al Ittihad will definitely have changed their mindset on what they're going to offer for Mo Salah. So it could be a good move. To take the approach of, okay, let's just say he's not available. That always works, it's a classic negotiation tactic, and we'll see what happens there. I'm waiting for the 20 comments of just oh my God, James, you hate Salah. It's you hate your life, you bastards. You hate your own life. No one can have a different opinion to you. Honestly, be arsed. You're wet wipes. Wet wipes. He's a sound. I'm a wet wipe, but learn to agree to disagree, man. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, and then Jurgen Klopp to Dortmund in a year's time as the head of coach or the head of football. Kind of like a football director, but for Dortmund. Could be a good job for him. I'm not going to speculate on whether he do well or good or whatever. I think Klopp's great position is being in the dugout. Do I think he'll return to football? Yes. Do I believe in all this he's going to retire? Nah, I think he'll take a year, come back in 2025 and Bob your uncle's, fanny's your aunt, and he's back in football. But either way, it's weird seeing Jurgen Klopp being linked with Dortmund and other clubs and stuff like that, because it just felt like he was ours and ours only, but he's not. He's also Dortmund's. And I like Dortmund. Shout out to Sancho, by the way. What an amazing performance that he put on yesterday. It was a great, amazing game. I think he completed 11 dribbles. Just looked really good, really good. Players like Sancho will always thrive on those type of stages. Really, really good footballer. Man United ruins a good footballer. How dare you, Man United? Keep ruining these ballers, man. They could have came to Liverpool and smashed it. So yeah, the Jurgen Klopp stuff is a bit concerning, but you know what? I'm all right with him going now. I'm just ready for it because, you've got to move on eventually. That's the premise in it. You know, you've got to move on eventually. You hope for the best for him, and yeah, you know, you hope you can rebuild, and hopefully that's what we can do. I'm not sure if that's what we will do or if we will be successful, but I thought I'd just do a little video, just sort of keeping up to date with all the speculation around the football club, giving my opinion on it. I would sell a couple of players, you know, even like Tyler Morton, someone who I believe we could get a decent fee for, you know, between 6 to 10 million. I think that'd be an alright chunk. If the right offer came in for Fabio Carvalho, I'd listen to it. I'm not, but if we keep him, I'd be happy as well. I'm probably talking, if you're offering me 30 to 40 million for Carvalho, I'll take that. I think 20 million, it's good for what he's shown in terms of output to this point. Because his output to this point is, 10 goals in 7 games for Hull City and a good spell at Fulham, but a terrible spell at Leipzig where he didn't get no game time. But he is a talented player, he has got quality, and I think 20 million would be too low based on what we could get for him in a year or 2 years' time. And Fabio Carvalho was such a small investment, I think he was only like 7 million. You can risk leaving him on the wage bill for a bit longer, sending him out on another loan deal if you don't have a place for him in the team, or he can add to your team as well. But Fabio Carvalho needs to be looked at like an asset, and that asset needs to be managed perfectly well, because if you managing that asset well is the difference of receiving 10 million for Fabio Carvalho this season or 50 to 60 million in a couple of seasons. So a price that I'm happy with for right now for Carvalho is 30. And the reason why I'd be open to that isn't because I don't think he's a good player. I think he's got great potential. I just don't see where he gets in the team in the short term. I don't see it. We don't play with a 10. Slot doesn't play with a 10. Carvalho can't play left wing, and I just don't see where it fits for him. So he's someone who I'm also, you know, considering. Kelleher, love Kelleher, great goalkeeper. If he's happy to be the backup, then fantastic, but I just don't think he is. I think he's much more preferable to get starting time somewhere else. And if we were to receive an offer in the region of 20 million for Kelleher, I'm absolutely considering it. Because he has to go one day, you know. It is what it is. Not because I want him to. You know, you could keep everyone, it's great, isn't it? But you can only have so many players. I'm trying to think if there's any old heads who need to fuck off, right? Who's old? Adrian, he's going. Adrian's fucking off. Thiago, he's going. He needs to go. Love you, Thiago. Oh, Matip as well. I don't know what's going to happen with Matip. I think news will have to break soon regarding Thiago and Matip, won't it? And by the way, let's not be a prick to Thiago. Don't be a bellend. Don't be one of those who go in his comments and be like, injuries, ligaments, and my ball sack is on my own face because I'm in your comment section talking about your fucking leg. Shut up. Like, I looked at his birthday post the other day and not one happy birthday message. Just like, treatment table. Oh my God, say fucking happy birthday to him now, you soft bastards. Be nice. Horrible dickheads, mate, honestly. Thiago's a quality player. I don't like this modern day football thing where these guys are literally playing 3 games a fucking week. Like, it's funny, you know, with footballers. Yeah, they get paid loads, but like, they sign a contract to play 2-3 games a week at most. And then what's UEFA going to do? Add more games? Fuck off. Football players are getting shafted, mate. Players like Thiago are suffering from it as well. And Joel Matip. Joel Matip's also suffering from it. And he's probably going to fuck off as well. Joel Matip's our second best centre-back in Premier League history, by the way. He's better than Hippier. Hippier is quality, but he's not better than fucking Matip. Matip is one of the best centre-backs the Premier League's seen in recent history. And the only reason why he can't be in the conversations with the elite is because of the injury problems. His ability, he's absolutely 100% categorically in that conversation. The fucking gorgeous German Cameroonian. Beautiful man. Love Joel Matip. Hope he does well in life. Deserves it. We need to start a Joel Matip fund for no other reason than the fact it's Joel Matip and he's boss. Then I think that's it. I don't think we've got any other like super old players who are going to be doing one. Let me know in the comments if I've missed anyone. Otherwise, I need to go to the shop. I need to get myself some juice. I need to get myself some snacks because I'm starving. I'm going to get some grapes. I like grapes. Grapes are boss. The blue ones. But I like the green ones. Do you know, preferably? Bit of both. A little half and half. Green and purple. Or green and black, whatever the fuck you have. Green and red. Red ones are alright. What do you like more? Like a soft grape or a solid grape? Because do you know what? Depending on it. I love it like a nice soft juicy grape where the juice just squirts all in your mouth. Pause the fuck. If you swing that way, that is your business. That is not my business. I am very much a man who swings. That's right. That's right. It is. Would straight be right and gay be left? I'm not sure. Could be left, could be right, could be both. And then bisexual is straight on. No, actually, that would make more sense for straight. Straight, gay, bisexual. Yeah, man. All right. Well, I'm this way. You know what I mean? And no disrespect if you go this way or this way. You know what I mean? I think you're a bit greedy if you go this way. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, trying to get the best of both worlds. But, you know, each to the fucking own and that. But I go this way. It's just awesome clarify. I'm just saying I go this way. I'm going to go to the shop. I'm going to get a soft grape. I'm going to hope that it has the effect that I just mentioned there, but I don't want to say it again in fear that people might think James is going this way instead of this way or this way. And I certainly don't go this way, by the way. I'm not too greedy. And now I just don't know how to end this video. I used to be really good with outros, and now I'm not good with outros no more. We're on 16 minutes. I could have ended this video 5 minutes ago. And we're still here. I love yous. I hope yous are well. Hope yous are living nicely. Exercise. Eat well. What else the fuck do you need to do? Find God. Find Jesus. Jesus is boss. Jesus is a cool dude. Even if you don't know who Jesus is, go and find out who Jesus is. Jesus is a cool guy. He's a cool guy and I'm a man of Christ. Man of Christ. Love yous. Ta-da.